Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I've filmed a video for you guys, but you know what? This is why I haven't been doing it, and it's because I didn't want this channel to be just about me. I think I mentioned that in one of my first videos I ever did, and I'm going to showcase some of other people's talents and what they're into. And I have my friend Morgan here, and she has her own studio, and this is where we're at right now. She is a hair artist, hairstylist. I don't know how you want to be introduced.
Cosmetologist.
Cosmetologist. She's a licensed cosmetologist. There we go. She is a client of mine. She comes and gets massages, and we were just sitting there chit-chatting, and I'm like, you know what, would you want to come on my channel? And actually I think you initially suggested coming on about the curls.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to show you guys today. She's going to be showing you how she curls hair on her clients. And she has some other tips that she's going to throw in there as well. But I thought this would be a fun video to do and to kind of showcase Morgan and her talents. And it's not something that I'm good at. It's not my gift, and hair is something I'm not very good at. I know a lot of people want to know how I curl my hair, but I think Morgan will do it way better and give you guys exactly what you need and the tools you need. She's going to show you the products she uses, all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to let her kind of introduce her own self and why she's into what she's into.
Hi everyone, my name's Morgan. I'm located here in downtown Dover in the beautiful state of Ohio. And I just love styling hair. So I figured it would be cool, because I don't have a YouTube channel, that I could just team up with Felicia and just show you all how I curl. Everybody's always asking me how I get these loose undone curls, curls that don't take away the length of your hair, curls that last all night, just like the curls you see on Pinterest. So I figured I would go through the tools I use and the way that I do everything, how to hold the iron, the settings to have your irons on, and then what to prep and finish your hair with, and little like accessories and stuff that you'll need in between. So I will show you all of that.
Awesome. I'm so excited for this. So we're gonna head and get started on these curls.
So another option that I think everyone may be interested in is, this is like a cheaper one. So like a lot of people don't have the cash or just want to get something really quick that they don't have to order. This is the Remington. I do believe it's a 1/2 inch and it's tapered, and I got this from Walmart like 3 years ago, but it's a staple in my drawer because it just doesn't break. It always holds the same heat. I love it. Sometimes those cheaper tools are like the ones that we keep forever. So this one, I think maybe it was 20 bucks. Even if it's a little bit more, it's definitely worth it, and it'll give you the same results.
So if you're balling on a budget,
yes,
that's what that one's for.
Yes. So Felicia, how do you normally wear your hair? Like when you guys go out on like date nights, or if you're on site somewhere, what do you do?
I usually like to curl it.
Okay.
I feel the most beautiful, the most confident when it's curled. Cool. I don't know why, I've always felt that way, and I like the volume it gives it, all of that stuff.
So do you like beachy curls, or do you like more soft?
I like I guess both. I like it more loose, beachy, I guess.
Okay.
I can never achieve that look, but I know you're going to.
Okay. So the difference between those like soft curls that kind of just all flow together, is the direction you go and the angle that you hold your iron in. So say you want those really soft, pretty curls that all just kind of come together. You're going to do everything away from your face, to the center. So like everything away, back, and then to the center. If you want them to be more beachy, you're going to reverse. So you're going to go one backwards, one forward, one backwards, one forward, and just keep going in that pattern all the way around the head.
See, I feel like I've tried to do the one forward, one backward before. It looks so bad that I never did it again.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I know I need to learn how to do that because I like the way it looks,
okay.
that beachy look. But
so I'll start with just working with the front of your head, that way people can see.
Okay.
In general. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my clips, and she came in with a middle part, so I'm just going to work with her middle part, and I know that she's comfortable wearing it there because I've seen her wear it there before. It's really important to not try to adjust your part just because you're going for a certain style, because if you do, then you might feel uncomfortable later in the night. You may not really like where that's at, so always stick with the part that you like the most. Even if that person that you saw had a middle part, stick with the one that you like.
That's a good tip.
So I'm going to be prepping her hair with Paul Mitchell hot off the press. I do use more than just Paul Mitchell, but I love this heat protectant, so that's the one I'm going to be using today. Just going to make sure that I spray every single section of her hair down nicely.
It smells amazing.
It's like a fruity.
Yeah, like kind of peachy.
Yes. And then I'm just taking one of my combs, the rat tail, and I'm just running it through her hair to make sure there's no knots, make sure that the product's evenly distributed. So we're going to start out with a tapered attachment. And I'm just going to go away from her face on this first curl. I'm going to hold the wand more vertical. This wand does go up to 410 degrees, but I'm using it on 360. You don't need it up at 410 unless your hair is extremely coarse. And that's what you're going to be left with. So that curl looks a little bit scary. A little bit like 2001 homecoming curl. But that's okay. We want to leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to drop down another section. Okay, again, I'm going to hold it nice and vertical just to make sure that curl is fully elongated and it's not going to like shrivel up and get too short. If you see steam coming off of your hair, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're burning your hair. Normally you're just kind of releasing the product off of the hair shaft.
What you don't want to do is, I've seen steam off of my hair when I do it, and that's because my hair was still a little wet.
Still wet.
Don't do that.
Or if it's sizzling and popping,
Yeah, not a
grab
good
your
thing.
blow dryer. I used to do that.
That was so bad. I don't know how I haven't fried my hair off yet.
So I like to hold it on the barrel for about, I don't know, 10, sometimes 15 seconds, maybe less. It just depends on that person's texture and the integrity of their hair and just how much hair their, or heat their hair needs. So another thing I'm doing is I'm leaving these ends straight. A lot of people ask how I get that undone beachy look, and I've just kind of made it a custom that I leave the ends straight. It does look weird and it's going to feel uncomfortable while you're working on the rest of the head, but at the end that's where you're going to get your length still from, and that undone look. Still going away from her head.
Over on my channel, we're really authentic. People may be working on stuff in the background, it's fine. Morgan actually just recently did my sister-in-law's wedding hair. She did actually do my sister-in-law, but she did my hair, and who else did you do? No, you did do Amber's hair.
I did Amber, you, and...
But anyway, she did a fantastic job. Like, we could not be more pleased with how our hair turned out. Especially Amber, she was just blown away and felt so gorgeous on her wedding day, and that's exactly what you want. And my sister was raving about her, my sister Olivia, so I know, I'm just super blessed by Morgan, her talents, and I'm so excited that she decided to come on the channel with me and show this to you guys. I think this is just such a treat for whoever's watching this.
I loved it. It was awesome. I love getting to go on site and work with people and make people feel beautiful, and there's a lot of power within a woman's hair. You can really make someone feel amazing just by putting some really pretty curls in their hair or styling their hair.
Agreed.
If you have a piece that drops down similar to this one, it's okay. You can go back and adjust it at the end.
Morgan needs her own YouTube channel.
I was actually just thinking about that today.
No, you should. You sound great on camera, and to be informative like that, like, people love channels that like that, because, like, I'm picturing like a Jaclyn Hill.
Right.
People love Jaclyn Hill because she's so good at explaining things, and people actually learn something when they leave her videos, which is awesome.
There'd probably be a mix between like hair and babies.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Mommy tips,
Yes.
life, marriage, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. YouTube's becoming like the next television. It's like, I know so many people are like, oh, I'm like, do you watch any TV? They're like, no, I usually just watch YouTube. And like
Pretty much.
adults are saying that. I'm like, for myself personally, like I watch a lot of YouTube channels. It's like TV. I love them.
I love YouTube. The next product that I'm using is the Invisiblewear Undone Texture Hairspray by Paul Mitchell. This line just came out, I want to say maybe last summer, and this particular product, my clients know that like I can't function without it. It says it's a hairspray, but what it does is it acts as more like a dry shampoo / hairspray. So it just gives this clean hair a little bit of texture and a tiny bit of hold. Nothing crunchy, nothing too much. It's just going to take her hair from being that soft to just a little bit grittier than before. So I just did a couple of sprays. It does have a cloud that goes around, but it goes away. It smells amazing. And just let those curls sit. They're going to look a little alarming, but let them sit for a little bit. So I used the tapered wand on that side. I'm going to use the straight wand on the other side. Alright, so I just turned the wand off and I took a towel. You could also use a heat protectant glove if you want to unlock and remove the attachment and put another attachment on. Just be very careful. This particular wand set does come with this little finger grip thing. I don't even really know how to put it on, so I'm not going to try. Okay, I'm going to try because it's going to be hilarious.
Yes, let's see this.
I've never used it. I've just been kind of like good, so I don't really.
Yeah, I've never seen one like that before.
I don't even know what this is. Someone enlighten us.
Oh yeah, I have no clue. If you're someone that burned your hands, maybe you want this, but
Yeah.
I've never burnt my hand wanding.
It's not uncommon to like burn it right here, so if you've done that before, you're not the only one.
Right.
The other side I'm going to just section off as well. Going through, prepping your hair, making sure it's nice and protected.
That's something I don't do, so it's a nice reminder.
Yes.
Protect your hair from the heat.
So I'm going to do this first curl away. Actually, I'll probably do the whole first layer away from her head. We'll stick with the more soft look on the front sections, and then on the back I'll do more of a wavy, going out on the town type of look. So in working with the bang area, you don't want to curl it up too high because then you're going to have kind of a wave up here. You most of the time want to wear your curls down a little bit lower so they frame your temple. It just looks better and it lays better up against your face. So you can see the area up here that I'm not taking the wand up to. Just leave it a little bit more flat, and then just see how it kind of lays right there. Nice and soft, not too curled up.
Oh, this smells amazing.
Okay, so once you have all of the curls done, you can see this is the side that was used with the taper wand, and this is the side that was used with the straight wand. I don't know if you can see much of a difference. This one's a little bit more full. You have that full circle when you're curling. This one has the big at the top, small at the bottom, so it's a little bit more elongated. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to loosen these curls. They're nice and cool. Every time I tell my clients to grab a comb, a wide tooth comb, they freak out. So today I'm going to show you how to loosen your curls with your fingers. I'm going to be using the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. It's my favorite product on the Paul Mitchell line ever. You just need a little bit of a pea size or the size of a dime. Emulsify it in your hands really well, and then you're just going to take your fingers as if your hands were a comb and just go through these curls. You want to make sure you have some type of gloss on your hands or like curl lotion, just to make sure you're not making the hair more frizzy than what it needs to be. If you don't like the way that a curl looks, you can recurl it If you're someone that loves volume, you can go in at the root and just make some more volume. You can use the Texture Undone hairspray, or you can use a powder at the root. I'm always playing with my clients' hair. I do this for like 20 minutes.
Like it's like a stylist thing.
Right. Okay. Now we're gonna work with the back.
Okay.
So even on long-haired clients like Felicia, I'm not gonna be too worried about how the back looks. A lot of women get really caught up with the fact that the back has to be perfect, and it doesn't. So next I'm going to switch from the wand to the flat iron. This flat iron is 1 or 1.5 inches wide. It's not too big. It doesn't have rounded sides. It's actually more square, but the way that this iron is built and designed, it does turn really, really smoothly, so you don't have to be worried about getting those creases. The key is making sure that you have a full, complete turn, and then you allow the hair to glide down. So yeah, back to what I was saying, you don't have to have perfect curls along the bottom. No one really pays attention to that, and you want to keep your length. So I'm just going to clamp, and I'm going to go away from her face on this particular section. Something I want to point out, this curl is extremely loose, and I want it to be loose because I don't want her hair to shrink up in the back and then to be longer in the front. So I just did one full turn, I brought the iron all the way down, and then I left the ends like really, really straight. It's going to seem scary, even if your hair's shorter, it's going to seem scary just because that part of the hair is straight and this part of the hair is curly. But at the end, it's all going to come together. Don't be afraid to take an evening and just practice. Same thing, I'm doing one full circle. And then just opening my iron at the end, that way that this end does not get curled.
Okay.
So now I'm working with the other half of the back of her head, and I'm going to go away from her face the other way. Same thing. I do have my iron set on 370. The only reason I made that 10-degree jump was just because I know my iron really, really well, and I think that 370 is a little bit better for what I'm trying to do right now. I never believe that your flat iron needs to be at 400 or above. And then go ahead and finish each section with some spray. Some hairspray of your favorite choice, whichever one you like the most.
It was a good tip what you said about the temperature of the iron, because I think a lot of times, like me included, you think you have to have it super hot to have the best curl.
Right.
And that's not always the case.
Yes. Especially if you're someone who, you know, works in a doctor's office or has to be extremely presentable every day, and you're adding that heat to your hair. Over time, having it set so high, you're gonna have heat damage. You're gonna notice it, especially if you're not using a heat protector. So just guiding that through one full turn and opening it at the end. These curls are laying much flatter than with a wand. They're nice and undone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes another reason that your flat iron might be giving off smoke is it needs cleaned. There are iron cleaners. I just either use a little bit of Dawn dish soap with warm water on a rag to clean off the excess product on the plates, or you can use rubbing alcohol. It just depends on whatever you have available to you and whatever you feel comfortable using.
I'm learning so much today. I never would have thought to clean off my wand or my straightener or
Yes.
anything, but that's so true. Product would get built up on there.
So I don't know, but you can probably tell from this view how much more flat these curls lay than the ones that were done with a rounded wand. Much more just relaxed. Now Felicia has a lot of hair. However, someone who has hair maybe my length or medium, like that collarbone length that everybody loves. It would definitely not take you this long to achieve this look, and you could, as you practice, figure out your own shortcuts that you can take. Now just to tie in the curls from the front with the curls in the back, I'm going to switch back over to my 1-inch non-tapered wand. That way they flow really nicely and she doesn't have an extreme difference in her curls for the rest of the day. But any of my clients will say I always switch what I'm using. Very rarely do I only use one tool on their hair. Sometimes I'll use the flat iron around the face just to have a more relaxed look. Other times I'll use, I don't know, just a mix between the two.
That's interesting. I would never have thought to use 2 different tools on the same hair, like same look.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good idea.
Some people feel more comfortable using one item or the other. So like if you feel more comfortable using the wand or using the flat iron, you can do your bangs with those because you know you're gonna be able to like crush it up at the, you know, up in the front where everybody's gonna be looking.
Right.
So my biggest pet peeve when it comes to styling hair is I just think it's so terrible when a bride does her hair completely different than how she would normally do it for her wedding. Like, of course you can be like elegant or bohemian or just really reserved, but I think it's, I don't know, as a person, like, you want to feel comfortable on your wedding day. So if you're wondering like what you should do for wedding hair, always do something that you could naturally like see yourself wearing like any other time, not something super crazy and different, because you won't look like yourself. That bugs me so much. I'm just like, why'd you do that?
That's so true.
So this is what the back of her hair looks like after it's been done. So we have the flat iron curls on the bottom to preserve her length, and then I did those wand curls on the top. This is before I do anything to it. Just let them cool real quick.
Okay, good.
So I'm using a little bit more of the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny. You can also use a wide tooth comb. You can even use a comb that's similar to this one. I mean, it's not as wide as I would recommend, but you could definitely use this one. A cool trick is when you're using a comb to take that, whatever type of gloss you have on your hands and run it on the comb, because it's going to give that comb the same type of gloss that you need. That way it's on the bristles of it. Very gently, just going through. Shaking the curls out. I always style a little bit more on the messy side. That's just how I've kind of adapted. All stylists have a different way of curling hair, styling hair. Just kind of take some volume up at the top, some faux volume. I always call it like a faux tease. Spray it. Nice straight ends. And then this is the final look.
I love it. Now I have styled hair for the whole day.
Yeah. Glam with the errands.
Oh yeah.
So you can definitely get this look with a wand, with a flat iron. I'm not too sure about those curling gadgets that kind of suck the hair up in and then let it out, but you most likely could. The key is just to make sure that you keep the ends straight and to loosen them up at the end. Okay.
I love it.
Good.
And I learned so much too doing this with you, so this was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, I freaking love it.
Can't really see that well.
Oh, I can. No, I can. Oh my gosh. It brings out all the highlights too in my hair, which is really nice. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions on anything that Morgan showed you guys today. I am so thankful and grateful for Morgan for letting me come into her studio and her showing us her tips and tricks for these beautiful curls. She showed you two different wands. She used the straightener. She used all of the product that she normally uses on her clients. I'm gonna link all of that stuff down below, and leave in the comments what you've learned today and anything else.
No, I'm just really grateful. I love that we live in a community where we can do stuff like this and share and grow together. And I just want to say that if you are interested in buying any of these products, go to your local stylist, support them because they love you and they need you, and yeah, it's always better to shop local.
See yeah, that's a good tip there.
Shop local. I'm like the shop local Nazi.
No, that's so good though. Like sometimes I forget. My brother's a stylist, and I should be pointing people to him as well.
Alex Walker.
Alex Walker, yes. Yeah. So whoever you're going to currently, like, make sure you buy the products from them. Obviously, they're going to have in stock what they are using on your hair, and you like that stuff. So go ahead and just purchase it from them. They know what they're talking about. They know what works on your hair. They're going to give you the best advice. Make sure you're constantly buying your products from your stylist here in town. So
cool.
All right, that's it for this video, like I said, and I will see you in my next one. I don't know what my next one will be about and when it'll come out, but I'll see you in my next one.
Bye.
Bye.